What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Action Creature. Today we're looking at the new Batman Adventures Joker. And overall, I think I'm actually a little disappointed with this figure. And I'm going to just go ahead and get into it and tell you why. So first off, well, I want to say I'm not disappointed with the look of this figure. I mean, it looks exactly how it's supposed to be. I mean, it's undoubtedly the animated series Joker, right? So we'll just kind of get into the looks first. The head's really nice. The eyes, they could be a little cleaner. Like maybe his left eye could be a little cleaner, but I'm not going to harp too much on that. Like in person, it's so small you can't really tell, but if I'm shoving it right up in a camera, yeah, obviously you can see the little imperfections. The teeth look good. I feel like I remember his teeth being yellow though, like in the show, but maybe I'm wrong. Tie looks really good. Like, I mean, that's some super clean paint right there. There's no bleed onto the green or anything. Same thing with the jacket, but that is a separate piece. The little fuzzball, like kind of flower thing looks really good. I mean, standard for Mafex at this point for the figure to look clean. That is not an issue. It's got the sculpted buttons right there. Pants look good. It's got the sculpted crease. Shoes, super clean. Looks good overall. Looks really good. But my problem is really with the articulation. So we'll go ahead and get into that real quick. So I feel like it's just kind of part of the design that this figure isn't going to move all that well. But it kind of just makes me feel like maybe I should have just got the cheaper, like DC, like I forget the name of the line, maybe DC Icons or something like that, the cheaper like $20 version of this figure, you know, because you get Mafex for obviously the quality paint job, but the big thing I get it for is the articulation. And while it does have good articulation, I just feel like, is it enough to warrant paying, you know, $90 or so for this figure when you could just get the cheaper $20 figure that will basically kind of move the same way as this figure would? But it's kind of just, it's just built into the cartoon design for it to not move well. I was just hoping like maybe Mafex would take like certain liberties to make it move better, but we'll just go ahead and get into the articulation. So for the head, it can look up a little bit, but not very much, as you can see. And when I cranked the head back, it was more so the torso moving than the actual head. So we straighten out the torso there, and yeah, he just doesn't look up at all, basically. Looking down, it gets good down. There's room for there's room under the jaw, like has some clearance so he can look down. Tilt side to side, not a problem. Really, the head doesn't bother me too much. So for the torso, we can tilt really nicely, tilt, and then leaning forward, you get about that much, and then leaning back, really good amount actually. So I like that. The arms. So with the arms, you got to drop them down on the butterfly joint, and then they'll go out to the side, more than enough than you would need. And then we'll push that back up. And, you know, obviously they'll rotate around, and you could probably even pull it out if you want it to be more straight of a rotation, but it does kind of kick out to the side, so you're not going to get his arm going straight up. It's going to be out to the side like that. And then it does have bicep swivel, but it's really limited by, you know, the jacket. So it's not the best movement. Like you really can't get the arm to come across the body. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta kind of like force it there. And like that's about as much as you'll be able to get it to go. I mean, the butterfly joint is really nice. It's just the suit hinders it from like having the arm come across the body. We'll go back about that much, but all right. So the elbows, 90-degree bend. You know, it might as well just be a single jointed elbow. And then the wrist is a little ball hinge. So it'll go all the way down, all the way up. And if you want to turn it, just put it down. You can rotate it, twist the wrist, and now you have side-to-side movement for like a gun. But, you know, that's another thing. He doesn't come with any guns. I'll show you what he comes with in a little bit. Okay, so that's the arm articulation. Now we got the legs, which are also on drop down, so they can go forward that much, back really good amount, out to the side not very much, but you don't really need it anyways. And he does have a thigh swivel. It's kind of limited though. And then he's got double jointed knees, but only gets 90. So that's another reason that kind of just makes me feel like, I don't know, is it worth it to pay for the Mafex? And then the feet is my real issue here. So going down, let me move this leg out of the way so you can really see. So going down, that much. Going up, that much. So like it's really just like you get to shake it around a bit. And like for Mafex, you know, that's not cool. Like maybe take little liberties to, you know, like make the pants a little bit shorter so the feet can move better, or bring the ball joint down a little bit lower so it can get more movement. But as it stands right now, you're just gonna be able to shake the foot around, which in my opinion, like, come on, that's not good enough for a Mafex. For ankle pivot though, it's definitely good. Like that's good enough for Joker, like with the leg articulation that he does have. So there's the ankle pivot that passed my test. But just this movement right here, like, man, you really can't do anything with that. And there's no toe joint or anything to help like finesse it a little bit. So while the figure does look good, it's just, you're pretty much just going to be doing standing poses because the feet don't move very much. Like you can like spread the legs a little bit, but if you want to do like a walking pose or anything, you really can. You're going to have to use a stand because the feet just don't want to move, you know? So that's pretty disappointing to me. And it just kind of makes me feel like, yeah, why waste your money on this when you can just get a cheaper option that looks pretty much the same and will articulate for the most part pretty much the same. Maybe not as good as the waist or like head movement, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel a little bummed with this figure. But I mean, just standing there, it looks good, you know. If you don't plan to do any dynamic posing or anything, you just want a good looking Joker for this shelf, then here you go. But I would say consider looking at the cheaper option and just make a decision based off of what you think is more worth it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and look at the accessories now. He does come with an alternate head. It's like a surprise face, and this looks really good. Looks good to me. No issues. Super clean paint and everything. Here's a closer look. Did I say no clean paint? Sorry. I mean, it's got clean paint, obviously. Looks good. He does come with some money. And looks good. It's got like a little bit of chipping right there, but it's no big deal. Okay. And then he comes with some more money, but this one is in the shape of a paper airplane, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's missing like a green line here since it's on this side. It might just be part of the dollar, is what I would assume. But yeah, looks good. And then he does come with the wallet, which is cool. You can use this for a lot of different figures, you know. It's a pretty standard looking wallet, which is nice. You could just fit that in with any other figure if you're taking pictures and you need a figure with a wallet. And then he does come with a knife, which this is probably my favorite accessory of the bunch. Super clean. I like that knife. And you could use this with other figures too. Yeah, it's a really nice knife. And then he comes with a bunch of different hands, some splayed out hands. And they're all just painted all white, so you're not gonna have any issues with the paint. And the hands do swap super easily. That's one thing I'm liking about Mafex lately. Just pull it and it's on a straight peg, so don't have to worry about breaking it or anything. It's just a friction joint. Goes right back on, no problems. And he has some relaxed hands. Some like more splayed out hands, but these are like slightly grippy, like boob grabbing hands. So those are nice. And then this hand tree comes with 3 different hands. This one is probably for holding the money or the wallet, pointing finger, and then maybe this one's for holding the wallet, and this one's for holding paper airplane or the money. And then he's got some more grabbing hands. And this one looks like it would be for the knife or a gun maybe. And this one also looks like it could be for the wallet. But yeah, and then he does come with the stand as well, with all the little different clamps, which is nice. You probably will need this if you, or you'll definitely need this if you plan on doing any dynamic posing. So yeah, let's compare them to the Batman. And they look really good together. I mean, I like how that looks. I mean, so I'm happy with how they look together. It's just, I don't know, the Joker is just a little lackluster for me. If they just improve those feet, I think I'd be a lot more happy. But yeah, I just can't stand, I cannot stand figures that can't stand. It's just, you know, I hate having to use stands for figures. They should be able to stand like on their own, you know. I shouldn't have to use a stand. Here he is with the Super 7 Ninja Turtle. And here he is with the Marvel Legends Shocker. And I mean, Mafex is standing, you know, it's a pretty nice scale with Marvel Legends here. So I like that. And then here is the Hammond Collection T-Rex. And yeah, this T-Rex is for 3 3/4 scale. Anyways, but I just like to compare it to figures because I just love that T-Rex. But anyways, you guys, that's the review. Let me know what you think. Do you think people should get this, or should they just go for the other one, the cheaper one? But yeah, that's all for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'm really close to 50 subscribers right now. That's pretty cool. I've only been doing this for about a month or so, so I really appreciate you guys watching. It means a lot. But yeah, let me know if there's any figures you guys want to see me review in the comments, or just anything, you know. Let me know what's up. I would like to meet you guys if you are subscribed, and just say hey in the comments, you know. But yeah, appreciate y'all watching. Have a good one.